Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. The bold and the beautiful spoilers. Poppy moves in on Deacon, Sheila goes berserk. The bold and the beautiful B&B. Spoilers tease that Poppy Nozawa, Romy Park, must rebuild her life after finding out her daughter Luna Nozawa, Lisa Yamada, killed 2 people because she resented the way she was brought up. Yikes. Poppy is not going anywhere. We know this because she is in the credits. So if Bill Spencer, Don Diamond, chooses to not be with her, who will Peppermint Poppy find to keep her company? The answer may surprise you. Without Bill's handouts, Poppy needs to find a job. She is now living with her sister Lee Finnegan, Naomi Matsuda, following Luna's arrest. The night Luna was conceived was a nice moment for Bill and Poppy, but after everything that has gone down recently, their storybook romance is dead in the water. Luna made it look like Bill was her father via DNA test tampering, but now Bill has moved on. Sort of. He's trying to move on by reaching backward for Katie Logan, Heather Tom, and their son Will Spencer, Crew Morrow, is also pushing them to reunite. Let's face it, Bill and Poppy's love story was overblown. They shared one night, then he ghosted her. It's time for this lovely and talented woman to find someone who will treat her right. We can see Poppy hanging out at Il Giardino to drown her sorrow. The owner Deacon Sharp, seen Dominic, is a fair man, as shown by his willingness to hire down and out Tom's star, Clint Howard, who Luna later killed. Poppy might start spilling her story, and let's face it, she is attractive to men, based on her history. Deacon isn't a moneybags of the kind she likes, but one thing could lead to another, and he could offer her a job. Deacon is married to Sheila Sharp, Kimberlyn Brown, who also works at the outdoor bistro, and how would she cotton to having a pretty woman working with Deacon? Poppy has shown herself to be a man-eater, and we don't think she would have any qualms about going after Deacon if meant securing a new lifestyle. Think about it. A love triangle between Sheila, Deacon, and Poppy would be a refreshing change of pace from the Bridge and Tridge triangles. Tell us what you think, B&B fans. Are you ready for Sheila to show her bad girl side again? In the opulent world of the bold and the beautiful, the shimmering facades of Los Angeles' elite are beginning to crack, exposing the turmoil simmering beneath. As Poppy, the enchanting new barista from Il Giardino, sets her sights on Deacon Sharp, the tension intensifies, sending shockwaves through the Forrester, Logan, and Spencer families. Meanwhile, Sheila Carter, ever the unpredictable wild card, finds her carefully woven plans unraveling, leading to a deranged outburst that could change everything. Chapter 1. A New Attraction. Poppy stood behind the counter at Il Giardino, pouring steaming lattes with a precision that belied her flirtatious smile. With her bright blue eyes and sun-kissed curls, she exuded a magnetic charm that drew in patrons like moths to a flame. It was on one of those sun-drenched afternoons that Deacon entered, his rugged charm radiating as he ordered his usual espresso. "Hey there, handsome," Poppy chirped, her voice sweet as the whipped cream atop the drink. "Haven't seen you around here in a while." Deacon chuckled, the sound deep and inviting. "Yeah, I've been busy, but I could never resist your coffee or your company." Their banter flowed easily, the air thick with unspoken chemistry. Poppy leaned over the counter, her gaze locked on Deacon's. "You know, I've heard stories about you. The bad boy turned good, or at least trying to. What's your story?" Deacon, caught off guard, felt a rush of warmth spread through him. He hadn't planned on sharing his past with a stranger, but something about Poppy's inquisitive nature and genuine smile made him want to open up. "I've had my fair share of trouble," he admitted, a hint of vulnerability creeping into his voice. "But I'm trying to make things right, you know." Poppy's interest piqued. She leaned closer, her eyes sparkling. "Well, I think everyone deserves a second chance, especially someone who's as good-looking as you." Deacon's heart raced, feeling the weight of her words. There was something refreshing about her, a stark contrast to the complexities of his life. With every passing moment, he felt drawn to her warmth, the way she seemed to see past his rough edges. Chapter 2: Sheila's Lurking Shadows. As Poppy and Deacon's connection deepened, a darker force loomed on the horizon. Sheila Carter, the infamous villainess known for her manipulative ways, had been observing their budding romance from the shadows. A master of deceit and destruction, Sheila was not one to take kindly to anyone encroaching on her territory. In her dimly lit lair, Sheila paced like a caged animal. "Who does she think she is?" she hissed to herself, clenching her fists in rage. "Just some little barista thinking she can swoop in and steal Deacon away from me." Frustration boiled within her as she replayed Deacon's laugh and the way his eyes lit up around Poppy. "I won't let her ruin what I've worked so hard for," Sheila muttered, her tone low and dangerous. Not again. Sheila had invested too much in her twisted games, using Deacon as a pawn in her perilous game of love and revenge. The thought of losing him to a mere mortal sent her spiraling into a frenzy. Her mind raced with possibilities, dark schemes bubbling to the surface as she contemplated her next move. Chapter 3: Confrontation and Chaos. Meanwhile, Deacon was oblivious to the storm brewing. He found himself spending more time at Il Giardino, drawn to Poppy like a moth to a flame. Each encounter was filled with laughter and flirtation, igniting feelings he thought long buried. They shared secrets over coffee and exchanged knowing glances that sent sparks flying. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a golden hue over Los Angeles, Poppy invited Deacon to a small art gallery opening. "You'll love it," she insisted, her enthusiasm infectious. "It's going to be a fun night." Deacon's heart raced at the thought of a night out with her. "I'd love to," he replied, his smile wide and genuine. Unbeknownst to them, Sheila was already at the gallery, stalking through the crowd like a lioness on the prowl. The moment she spotted Deacon and Poppy together, her blood boiled. She could see the laughter shared between them, the way Deacon's face lit up when he looked at Poppy. Sheila's hands trembled with fury. "Time to put an end to this," she growled under her breath, determination etched on her face. With a swift move, she approached the couple, her demeanor deceptively calm. "Deacon," she cooed, her voice honeyed with malice. "What a surprise to see you here. And with Poppy, is it?" Poppy's expression shifted from joy to confusion as she looked at Sheila. "And you are?" "Sheila," she introduced herself, a predatory gleam in her eyes. "I've known Deacon for a long time. We have a history." Deacon's stomach dropped as he sensed the tension in the air. "Sheila, this isn't a good time," he cautioned, his voice low. "Oh, I think it's the perfect time," Sheila purred, her smile twisting into something sinister. "Why don't we have a little chat, just the three of us?" Poppy's smile faded, and she instinctively took a step back. "I think we're fine, thanks. Deacon and I were just..." "Just what?" Sheila interrupted, her voice sharp as glass. "Just having fun while I've been trying to rebuild my life. You're not going to take him from me, Poppy, not while I'm still breathing." The air crackled with tension, and Poppy stood her ground. "Deacon isn't yours to keep. He's a grown man who can make his own choices." "Is that so?" Sheila's eyes narrowed, a storm of emotions swirling within her. "I don't think you understand who you're dealing with, sweetheart. I've faced far worse than a pretty face." Chapter 4: The Breaking Point. As Sheila's deranged side emerged, Deacon felt a surge of protectiveness over Poppy. "This isn't how we handle things," he interjected, his voice steady but firm. "Sheila, you need to back off. I'm done with your games." Sheila's face contorted with rage, her facade cracking. "You think you can just walk away from me? I made you who you are, Deacon. I was there when no one else was." Poppy watched, heart racing, as Deacon stood up to Sheila for the first time. "No, you didn't. You manipulated me, and I'm not going to let you do that anymore. I care about Poppy, and I won't let you ruin this." Sheila's expression turned from anger to sheer madness. You think you can find happiness with her? You're nothing without me. I will destroy everything you love. Her voice rose to a fever pitch, drawing attention from nearby guests. The gallery buzzed with whispers as people turned to witness the confrontation. Deacon stepped closer to Poppy, shielding her from Sheila's wrath. You need to leave. Now. With a final, venomous glare, Sheila turned on her heel, her rage echoing behind her as she stormed out, vowing revenge. The tension in the gallery lingered, but Deacon felt a sense of liberation wash over him as he faced Poppy. Chapter 5. New Beginnings. Poppy, shaken but resilient, looked up at Deacon. Are you okay? She asked, concern etched on her face. Deacon nodded, his heart pounding from the adrenaline. I am now. Thank you for standing your ground. Sheila's not going to back down easily, but I won't let her intimidate me or us. Poppy smiled softly, relief flooding through her. I'm here for you, Deacon. We can face this together. As they embraced, a new chapter began for both of them, filled with hope amidst chaos. With Sheila lurking in the shadows, the journey ahead would be anything but smooth, but together, they were ready to navigate the treacherous waters of love and danger. As the sun set over Los Angeles, illuminating the sky in hues of orange and pink, Deacon and Poppy stepped out of the gallery, hand in hand, ready to face whatever storms awaited them, determined to keep their connection alive against all odds.